My name's Isaac Fox. I'm 23 years old. If it doesn't appear this way, it's because I've been helping out high school students for 3 years. Honestly, 23 doesn't look the same after a few church lock-ins. It's true. They're making my hair turn gray. I really am I'm speechless and very humbled to be here with you tonight. Meier Clinic has been a huge blessing to both me and my family who's sitting here right now for the last couple years. The way God continues to use Meier Clinic in my life and the lives of others is by far the most admirable thing I've seen. So, seeing that I have only a few minutes, I'll be as articulate as my ADD will allow. Honestly, that's why I had to write all this down, or else I'd just go for it. Because I don't ever read. Okay, never mind. The earliest my parents had seen depression manifest itself in me was when I was 8 years old, growing up in Southern California. We moved to Texas in 2006 to plant the church I'm now a youth pastor at. At a very young age, I possessed the gift of stressing people out. No, really. Including our pastor, who's my dad. Sorry, Dad, I love you. It was through my dad's leadership in our home and his love for my mom, I came to know and understand the love of Christ. Though I came to know Christ, I struggled with severe depression and bouts of mania. I then carried these issues through Bible college and ultimately into my career. The beast itself claimed most of my relationships and held me under its gray blanket. Until 2013, I started contemplating taking my life. A few months later, I had made my first attempt. I moved home to my family from Detroit, and I started receiving help. I called Meier Clinic bitterly, not wanting to go, as most people, I think, kind of start the process. And upon doing so, the first person offered to me was a musician and a youth pastor who was once a pastor's kid and also loved Star Wars. Hearing that was God's way of saying to me, okay, you need to go check this out. So I did. I then met Dr. Jordan Davis, who God used to work on me for 2 years. And real quick, before I go any further, I am so grateful for that man's obedience to God. I'll say, I can't get through this without breaking down. Just bear with me. I ended up relapsing this year in March. At the time, we didn't know that I had type 2 bipolar disorder. It was diagnosed as depression, and so we didn't really know what was going on. A lot of stuff was going on there, and basically, Jordan pointed me towards the Catalyst program. I was incredibly reluctant, but somehow God humbled me, and I went. Mount Everest was first climbed on May 29th, 1953 by Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. The most fascinating thing about this historical event is that both men refused to reveal the first to reach the summit. They put an emphasis on the accomplishment being centered around teamwork. What's so amazing about this to me is that I see this very heart of unity in the staff of the Catalyst program and all of Meier Clinic. Everyone in this program was on my side praying for me daily. They showed me continual grace, especially in the times I used my gift of stressing people out. God used them like surgeons in my heart and mind where no one else could. They reminded me that God does not change, and that is a big deal when you're bipolar. That's a big deal. From Julie and Amy to Rick and even Dr. Coburn, especially Dr. Coburn, and all of the Meier Clinic, I really do say to you, you may never know the gratitude I have for you in my heart until we reach the kingdom. And I could say thank you 1,000 times, but you wouldn't understand. My goals include and are not limited to climbing Mount Everest, becoming an author, and one day becoming a husband to a totally gorgeous wife who wants a church plant. It has now been over 10 months and I have not had a single drop of alcohol. I'm attending Criswell Bible College and I'm dual majoring in philosophy of ethics and politics as well as psychology. As long as the King allows it, I will one day reach the Maori people of New Zealand with the gospel. There I will be a servant of the Lord by helping people know Christ is real and His plans for them to leave sin and find the same healing I did. With me, I have framed, I don't know what other people do with this, but with me I have framed my discharge letter. I don't know. I think people throw this away. I don't know what they do with it. But for me, no, really, this hangs up above my desk next to my Bible degree because I really do. Learning about the Lord is the highest privilege of my life. I love to learn from Him. It was not fun accepting that I had to go into treatment. I did not want to do that. And so I wanted to show it to you guys. No one else really sees this except for me. But when I see it, the biggest thing is it's always God's promise to me that He's not done working on me yet. And I'm always in the process. And so that's an amazing thing. And I keep it here because, for one reason or another, my dad's an Ironman. He has all these trophies, whatever. And I have this. But this for me, really, honestly, in the bottom of my heart, is my trophy for the first time I took my thoughts captive. And I had never done that. And so I'm nowhere near done. I just started. I'm scratching the surface. And I'm learning about all these conditions that take over the lives of people. And ultimately, really what I'd like to do one day is help the church in one sense with its stigma that these conditions somehow have something to do with a poor walk with God or with a lack there of fellowship. Being bipolar, I had always thought that God really was distant from me. I didn't understand. And so Meier Clinic, especially Catalyst Program, was so helpful in helping me know and understand that God doesn't change. And if that's all I got out of it, that's all I needed for my whole life. If God's not scared, neither am I. Coach Phil Jackson says, young people need role models, not critics. I'm deeply honored to have shared this evening with a room of role models. Ephesians 2:8-10 says, God saved you by His grace when you believed, and you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things He's planned for us long ago. Now, what's astounding to me is this. I would have never guessed in 1,000 years the good work that He planned for you so long ago would have had to do with saving my life. From the bottom of my heart, I'm eternally grateful for Meier Clinic's obedience to the Lord. And I can close everything I've said with Jesus is Lord and He'll return. Thank you.